Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. We're going to wait to have at least 5 students to start, okay? Okay, hi, everyone. Good afternoon again. I hope that today we can't, we don't have any problem in the session of today. And before we start, antes de comenzar, tengo algunos avisos de Felipe. Me comentó el día de hoy, déjenme buscar su mensaje para decirles tal cual lo que me dijo. He told me, hi, Selena, the students who are taking the preparation course have until Monday to register online if they wish to take the exam on August 23rd or August 24th. If they register later than Monday, they will have to wait until October. Okay, so remember, guys, we have this exam in October, but there is an early date, which is on August 23rd or August 24th, and you can take it. Si ustedes quieren, lo pueden tomar, right? Entonces, este examen se tiene que registrar a más tardar el día lunes. Entonces, ya después del lunes se recorrería hasta octubre, aunque lo pagaran el martes con intenciones de hacerlo el lunes, hacerlo el 23 o el 24, ya no se podría, se tendría que esperar hasta octubre. Entonces, si ustedes están interesados en tomar el examen, ya sea el 23 o el 24 de agosto, se tiene que realizar ese examen, ese registro a más tardar el día lunes, August 16, 16 de agosto. Okay. Well, what are we gonna do today? El día de hoy vamos a trabajar, vamos a terminar la práctica de listening que comenzamos en la clase pasada, porque si mal no recuerdo, tampoco revisamos las respuestas del ejercicio. Entonces, bueno, del último ejercicio no, porque no lo alcanzamos a terminar. We were not able to finish it. So today we have in the syllabus to practice more reading and more listening. So we are going to start with what we have scheduled for today's class, and then at the end, we are going to continue with that listening exercise we couldn't finish in the last class, okay? And just a reminder, solo como recordatorio, today is the last day of the course, like with exercises, because next Friday we're gonna have a simulator of the exam, which means that we're just gonna get into the session, into the Zoom meeting, and I'm gonna give you like the material you'll need, and I'll set the time, and it will be like you're doing the exam, but obviously it won't be the real exam, but it's just like a simulator. It's like a rehearsal of it. Okay. So let's start. Did you download the exercises? I know that I have just uploaded them. Los acabo de subir. I'm so sorry because of the delay, but they're already up. So did you download them? ¿Ya los descargaron?
Yes.
Okay, we are going to start with the reading part. So I'm going to ask you to please open the first exercise. Let me open it here so you can have a reference. They're loading, okay? It's kind of slow, I'm sorry. Okay, They haven't opened the two of them, but it's that where it says reading one. Here I have it. It says reading passage. You should spend about 20 minutes. I'll share it now. Where is here? It says reading passage. Usually spend about 20 minutes on questions 14 to 28. Read the text below and answer the following questions. So here I have 8 different paragraphs, and as you can see, we have like a very short paragraph, and then it says employee review. Then it says also information about, well, every single title has like a paragraph and then an employee's review. And based on this information, you will go and answer from 14 to 28. Okay, so till the number 22, it's just a multiple choice questions. And then in questions 23 to 28, read the instructions because they're different. It says, do the following statements agree with the information given in section 2? So you're gonna go to section 2, read section 2, and answer. In boxes 23 to 28 on your answer sheet, write true, false, or not given. So you are going to highlight if this is true, if this is false, or if it is information that was not given, okay? So it says in here that you have 20 minutes to do this exercise. It is 6:11, I'll give you till 6:31, okay? Please go and answer it. I repeat, you have till 6:31 to answer it, and then we're gonna share and check the answers. 10 more minutes. Okay, it's time. Now we're gonna go and check the answers for the first exercise of reading. This is not. Wait, what did I do? This is. Give me a second. Okay. Okay, here it is. Now let's check the answers for the questions 14 to 28. Okay, the first one, well, from 14 to 22, it was a multiple choice questions. And the first one says, which offer has the most part-time openings? The correct answer is letter C, the vitamin shop. Remember, guys, to be checking your answers. So at the end, we can like see how many did we get correct and how many did we get incorrect, etc. Okay. Number 15 says, which of these companies operate both in USA and Canada? The answer is letter A, the Vitamin Shopping and the Advantage Sales Marketing. Letter A. Number 3 says, well, number 16, review of which company says that is the best security company he or she worked for. The answer for number 16 is letter C, Universal Protection Service. 17 says, which company was founded in 1993? The answer for 17 is letter D, Chipotle. Number 18. Main office of which company is situated in Atlanta? The answer for 18 is letter B, PSA Healthcare. Number 19. VitaPath is the other name of which company? Number 19, it's letter C, the Vitamin Shopping. Vitamin Shop. Okay, number 20. Which review doesn't mention a comfortable timetable? The answer for number 20 is letter C, the Vitamin Shop. Number 21. Which company is described as a long-lasting business? The answer for 21 is letter B, Advanced Sales and Marketing. Number 22. Number 22 says, organic meat is used by what company? The answer for 22, which is the line, what is letter A, Chipotle. Okay, from these ones, from 14 to 22, how many answers did you get correct and incorrect? I hear you. I hear you. 7 out of 9, very good. Okay, remember always to look for the keywords, okay? For example, let's go and check how can we find the answer to number 1. In this case, well, to the first one, it says, which company says that it's the best security company? Security company. I'm gonna go and look for something that says security company and look at the answer here. Remember that here I have just like an information about the company and I have an employee review. So according to the question number 16, it says review. This means that I'm gonna go and look for only in the reviews paragraphs. So I'm gonna go in the reviews and look for something related to best security company. Best security company. Never received grade for requesting. There is a lot of flexibility. Okay, could be, but let's see if I have more. Good pay depending on where you work. Better company than any other I have worked for insecurity. Okay, number 4 is telling me information related to that. Next one, not lasting business able to adapt to changes, well thought schedule and flexible time. Okay, no. It pays my bill. The schedule is super flexible. If you're looking for something, no. Okay, and the first one, with growth opportunities and store opening all over the US, etc., etc. Well, basically is this one, right? The number 4, universal protection for number 17. No, sorry, 16, sorry. So that's the way you need to look for your answers. You don't need to read every single paragraph in the text. You just have to look for keywords. Always look for keywords. And first, before going read, I suggest you to read the questions. First, read the questions. And then once you read the questions, you will have like an idea of that. You will have an idea of what you have to do, right? Of what you have to look for. So with this information in specific, you can go and answer, and you can go and look for the answers to this part of the text. Next one, it says, questions from 22 to 23. Here, you don't have to like choose answers like multiple choice. This is just true, false, or not given. And here we're gonna see. Number 23, it says the vitamin shopping has an above average salary according to the review. Is this true, false, or not given? This is true. Number 24, reviewer of the company Chipotle says that working there is both fun and earns enough money. 24 is true. 25 says, Advantage Sales and Marketing owns 65 offices all over the world. 25 is false. 26 says, Universal Protection Service offers various security service in the USA. The answer is true. 27, reviewer of the PSA Healthcare praises its high wages. This is true, false, or not given? The answer is not given. It doesn't say anything related to this. And number 28, none of the offers included an approximate salary in the description. This is true because it is not mentioned at all. So that's why this is information. This is true what it said this. Okay, now from 23 to 28, we have 5. Tell me, how did it go? How many answers did you get correct in this part of the exercise? 5 out of 6, it's a good number, very good. Okay, remember, obviously here I'm not giving you time for you to check, but whenever you have, when you're doing the exam, always go and review the answers. But remember this, do it at the very end, okay? Do it at the very end because sometimes you can waste time if you're stuck in one question and then you won't have time enough to answer the rest of them. Siempre no se enganchen en una, contesten todo y si tienen duda en una, pásensela y respondan las demás. Ya con el tiempo que les quede, porque a veces es más el nervio de querer terminar o de querer contestar todas, y a veces en realidad nos toma mucho menos tiempo responder todo en general y ya se pueden tomar esos minutos extra que les quedan para ir a revisar otra vez. Entonces recuerden siempre buscar palabras claves. Vamos ahora al siguiente ejercicio, que sería el task 2. Está en Classroom como Task 2. Y aquí está, y dice aquí, Task 2, Multiple Choice Reading. It is for 15 minutes, and it says, you will read a letter from Emily to her friend. Read the following text and answer the multiple choice questions and choose the correct answer A, B, or C. Entonces, al final de aquí, de esta carta, tengo las preguntas from 14 to 20. There are only 6. No, 4, 6, 7 questions. Well, it's just written, as I told you before. Read it and make a quick reading. Before you read it, first read the questions. Once you have read the questions, léelo así como que rapidito, nunca se estanquen tanto en las lecturas. Y ya una vez que lo lean rapidito, como para que identifiquen en qué párrafos está la información, ya se van buscando la información específica. ¿Ok? Bueno, 15 minutos, los veo de vuelta a las 6, 5, no, a ver, a las 7. A las 7 les voy a dar 17 minutos, me quedan, bueno, de aquí a las 7 tienen, ¿salen? Para terminar. Dime, Verónica.
Ah, no, nada, maestra, es que pasaron con mi celular.
Ok. 5 more minutes. Okay, I'm back. Vamos ahora a revisar entonces lo que es del ejercicio de la lectura 2, task 2. Let me share the screen so we can go to the reading. Did you get to finish? ¿Pudieron terminarlo? ¿Sí? Ok, entonces aquí estamos. This is that letter. Aquí está la lectura. Hi, Emily, I'm sorry, blah, 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 blah. So we have 3 different paragraphs. Now let's go to the questions. And it says in the number 14, what did Rachel do yesterday? Me voy a ir hacia arriba y voy a buscar en donde me diga qué fue lo que hizo. I don't have time to visit you. Last night, I went to the cinema and saw a great film. Hasta ahí yo ya encontré la respuesta. Entonces la respuesta, la 14, es letter A. Next, number 15. Rachel says the story's about, okay, let's go and see about the movie. It's a true story. It's about a family with 3 children, 2 boys and a girl who live in a village in India. Okay. The children went to school there and had lots of friends. When the children grew up, they started thinking about moving abroad. The sister went to France to become a teacher, and the older brother went to America to open a restaurant. Only the younger brother stayed in their country and worked on his father's farm. He worked really hard, but he was happy. Okay, now, what is this movie about? Okay, Rachel says the story is about A, 3 children's school days. No, 2 brothers and a sister. Yes, letter B. Number 16 says, where is the father's farm? India, France, and America. I remember this information just from the previous answer. So where is the family from? They are from India, letter A. Number 17, who doesn't live their country? Who doesn't live the country? Okay, let's go again. When they grow up, they all got married. Here we're gonna, who doesn't live the country? Only the younger brother is staying in their home country and work on his father's farm. Okay, so who doesn't live the country? Letter B, the younger brother, the younger boy. Letter B. Next, number 18. Who arranged the visit to France? We have the answers, the brothers, the wives, the sister. Okay, who arranged the visit to France? Who planned all this visit? Number 18 is letter, here it says, the children who were cousins never met when they were little. Many years later, when the sister became a grandmother, she decided to see her brothers again and meet their wives and children. So she invited them to all to the big house. So the sister is the answer, letter C. Number 19 says, Rachel thinks, okay, what does Rachel think? Rachel thinks Emily should watch the film. Emily will prefer the book. Emily will want to see it again. Okay, Emily is the person writing the letter. Now I need to see her opinion. I'm not going to tell you what happens in the end because I want you to see it yourself. I also have the book, I'm reading now, but I think the film is better. So letter A, B, or C for number 19 is letter A, she should watch the film. And the last one, number 20. Overall, this article is sad, good, or funny. Well, it's just an article. I mean, it's not sad, it's not even funny, it's just good. How did it end for you guys, girls? Tell me, I hear you. Here we have 7 questions. How many questions did you get correct?
¿Cuál es la última?
The last one was letter B. Good.
Gracias.
You're welcome. So I hear you. How many sentences did you get correct in this exercise? 7 out of 7, great. Okay, it's good. Yeah, I mean, in order for you to decide if it is like sad, funny, or that, remember that funny is something that it's like comedy, and sad is something that actually is talking about a tragedy or something like that. So if it is not of the other two options that they're mentioned, so then definitely it's just like the most like good. It's like a good definition. If you have three options, always do it like this. Si no sabes cuál es la respuesta, revisa entre las otras respuestas. Si tú no consideras que no es ni funny ni sad, entonces escoge la del medio, aunque tengas dudas. ¿Por qué? Bueno, no necesariamente la del medio, no, escoge la opción que tú consideres que pudiera ser, que las otras no tienen tanto chance. Entonces, bueno, hasta aquí terminamos con el review de las readings. Acabo de recordar también que nos quedó un ejercicio pendiente la clase pasada, además del de listening, que fue uno de vocabulary. Vamos a ir primero a la parte de listening para terminar todo lo de listening y al final vamos a volver a abrir ese ejercicio de vocabulary, ¿ok? El ejercicio de vocabulary está en su semana 3 por si lo gustan ir descargando. Bueno, entonces vamos a pasar al listening. Todos los ejercicios de listening los puse en un solo documento. Entonces voy a compartir. Vamos a iniciar con los que están programados para esta clase y ya al final nos vamos a ir con los que quedaron pendientes de la clase anterior, ¿ok? So it says, listening exercise 1, August 13. And it says, listen to that recording and answer the questions. We are going to listen to 3 different conversations. Vamos a escuchar a 3 conversaciones diferentes. So we're going to start with the first one. Once we finish it, we're going to go to the other one. And once we finish it, we're going to go to the third and last one, okay? But we are going to check the answers at the very end when we finished with all of them. So, or maybe we can go conversation by conversation. What do you prefer? Like to finish one, check the answers, go to the other, check the answers, or check the answers of all of them at the end? Up to you. Nobody says anything. ¿Qué prefieren? ¿Revisar conversación tras conversación o responderlas todas y revisarlas todas al final?
Una por una.
Una por una. Ok, let's do one by one. Entonces vamos a la primera, que es de la pregunta 1 a la pregunta from question 1 to question 5. First, listening. Always remember to first read the questions. Recuerden siempre primero leer las preguntas antes de que empiece el audio. Ok, aquí vamos con la primera parte. Ay, está cargando un poquito, ya lo tenía descargado, pero está un poquito lento. Ay, permítame. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Honey, the basketball game's about to start. And could you bring some chips and a bowl of ice cream? And a slice of pizza from the fridge.
Anything else?
Nope, that's all for now. Hey, hon, you know, they're organizing a company basketball team. And I'm thinking about joining. What do you think? Huh. What do you mean? I was the star player in high school.
Yeah, 25 years ago. Look, I just don't want you having a heart attack running up and down the court.
So what are you suggesting? Should I just abandon the idea? I'm not that out of shape.
Well, you ought to at least have a physical before you begin. I mean, it has been at least 5 years since you played at all.
Well, okay, but...
And you need to watch your diet and cut back on the fatty foods like ice cream. And you should try eating more fresh fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And you should take up a little weight training to strengthen your muscles, or perhaps try cycling to build up your cardiovascular system. Oh, and you need to go to bed early instead of watching TV half the night.
Hey, you're starting to sound like my personal fitness instructor.
Nah, I just love you and I want you to be around for a long, long time.
Okay, remember for this type of exercise, we just listen to them once. Solo los escuchamos una sola vez, ¿ok? Entonces, vamos a revisar las respuestas de la primera parte. Y aquí tengo la primera. The man wants to. The man wants to A, run a mountain marathon, B, try it out for the company basketball team, or C, join a soccer club. The answer is letter B, try it out for the company basketball team. Number 2 says, the woman is worried that, letter A, her husband's health isn't good. B, the man works too much. And C, her husband is becoming a fitness freak. And the answer is, her husband's health isn't good. Letter A. Number 3, first, the woman suggests that her husband, letter A, starts with light workouts, 2, visit with a fitness trainer, and C, see a doctor. And the answer is letter C, see a doctor. Conversation 4 says, her husband should, letter A, eat less fatty foods, B, consumes less salt, or C, eat more protein. The answer to this question, well, to this sentence is letter A, eat less fatty foods. Number 5, what does the man's wife recommend cycling? Letter A says, it is good for improvising muscle tone. Letter B says, it helps strengthen the heart. And letter C says, it helps develop mental thoughtness. And the answer for this one is letter B. How did it go? How many did you get correct in this practice? Three out of 5. Okay, it's a good number because I was listening. It's like kind of the tricky part. So we're going good. We're going good. And remember to practice and practice and practice at home with music, movies, and that. Okay, let's go to the second conversation. And here we have another 5. So remember, first look at the questions, okay? And then get ready for the listening part. Ready? 1, 2, and 3.
It's hard to know whether a house has a free place or not.
Wait.
Out about this. Hello, is this the accommodation office?
Yes, how can I help you?
Well, I've got a bit of a problem. I'm staying at the Godfrey White dorm, and on Monday, the warden came and told me that I have to move out this Thursday.
Really? How long have you been staying at the Godfrey White dorm?
For the last 10 weeks.
Oh, have you been doing one of the summer courses here then?
Yes, I've been doing the academic language course since the beginning of July.
And didn't you realize that your accommodation was temporary?
No, I thought I would be able to stay there for the whole year. I didn't read the small print on the document. The warden went through it with me, and now I see my mistake.
Oh dear, so you're looking for somewhere to stay then?
Yes.
Well, I'm afraid all the places in the dorms are full. I mean, there may be some students who don't show up when term starts, but we won't know that for the next couple of weeks. The best thing you can do is look for a private house. You'll have to share with 3 or 4 other students. Meals aren't included in the price, of course, as they are in the university dorms, and you'll have to contribute to the electricity bills.
Where can I find out about these houses?
I've got a list here, but it's not up to date. Rooms are taken up every day, so it's hard to know whether a house has a free place or not. I can give you a photocopy of this list and you can ring round.
Can I use the phone here?
I'm afraid not. If we let everyone who asks do that, there'd be someone here all day.
Do you have a map? It'd be useful to know where these places are.
Yes, I can give you a map. This one's got the bus routes on it too, so you can find out how easy it is to get from the house to the university.
Great. And what if I can't find a place before Thursday?
Well, the YMCA offers cheap beds. It's located halfway between here and the city center. You can get a bed in a shared room there, and you can also buy cheap meals. But you should phone up and book a bed in advance. It's very busy this time of year. I'll give you the number. Do you need a pen?
No, don't worry. I've got one.
So the number's 482-5903.
482-5903.
That's right. Anything else I can help you with?
No, that's every.
How long have you been staying at the
Okay, now let's go and check the answers. Let's see. In the first one, it says, when is the conversation taking place? The options we have is July, before term starts, at the beginning of term, midway through a term. And the answers is letter B, before term starts. Number 7 says, whose mistake was it that led to the problem? Letter A, the students, the wardens, Godfrey Whites, and the accommodation office. The answer is the students, because it was the student's mistake. He didn't realize or check the information in between lines. Number 8, sorry. Where is the YMCA on the map? Letter A, B, C, or D, and the answer is letter B. The last one says, which of the following two things does the accommodation officer provide for the student? And he provided a map, letter B, and he also provided information about bus routes. Okay, now, how did it go for you guys? How many questions did you get correct? Four out of 4, good. The rest of you? Okay, thank you. Good. Now, I suggest you always, guys, also to check if the questions are negative or positive. For example, in this one, in the last one, that it says, which things does the accommodation officer provide? Because the pen was mentioned, but she didn't lend him the pen because he said that it was okay that he had his own pen. So those type of things you need to be very careful on checking when you're listening. Okay, and let's go to the last conversation we have in this exercise. And it is from 10 to 14, which means that we also have 5 questions. Well, most of them were 5. Okay, ready? Here we go.
Hey, Jim, do you mind if I ask you about something?
Sure, Amy. What's up?
I'm thinking about leaving the history course.
You're not going to drop out of college, are you?
No, I mean, I don't think so, but I'm considering transferring to another major. I'm just not sure if history is the right thing.
Why not? It's not like you've been doing badly in your assignments or anything, is it? Thought your grades were okay.
Yeah, it's not that.
Don't you like the course?
Yeah, of course I do. It's just that I'm worried that I won't have learned anything useful by the end of it. It's not like there are many jobs to be had as a historian, are there? So when I get to the end of the course, I'm only going to have to train as something else in order to get a decent job. Well, as far as I see it, I might as well be doing that training now instead of learning about the Romans.
But don't you find it fascinating? I do. There's nothing in the world I'd rather be learning about.
Yeah, of course I do, Jim. The course is great, and the professors are all really enthused, and that's really inspiring. I just can't see the point of it all. It's a lot of hard work, after all, and I'm not sure I'm going to come away with anything useful at the end of it.
Well, What are you thinking of doing instead?
Maybe something like business or management.
I can't think of anything duller.
Yeah, I know it's not riveting, but that's not the point.
Well, it is actually. The way I see it, college isn't for making you employable. It's for really getting to grips with something you find fascinating. Meeting like-minded people, and debating the world's issues. It's a golden opportunity to do the things you love for 4 years without being burdened by the outside world. The employability aspect is just an added bonus.
Hmm. So what do you intend to do after?
I'm thinking of training as a teacher. That way I can use what I've learned.
You'd be really good at that. You're really keen and you really get people excited about what they're doing. I couldn't do that though. It's not really my thing.
Yeah, but there are a lot of other employers out there who really appreciate the skills that we history geeks learn as part of our course,
Stuff like what?
like sourcing information, gleaning what's relevant and what's not, critical analysis, writing skills, of course, all those presentations we do, all those things that aren't transferable to other jobs. That sort of thing makes them really enthusiastic.
It's a bit of a waste though if you never use what you've learned.
What I think you should do is go to the careers office and talk to them. They'll be able to tell you what sort of careers you can get with a background in history. They should be able to convince you that it's worthwhile to stay on.
I talked to Professor Jacques already.
Professor Jacques doesn't know anything about that sort of thing. I doubt if she'd ever left the college since she entered it. And that must have been 50 years ago. See, someone in the careers office, they'll know what they're talking about. Hopefully, they'll give you some suggestions of things that you can do with a history degree and convince you that business isn't the way to go.
Okay, I'll try that.
Great.
Hey, Jim, do you mind if I ask you about something?
Okay. Now, let's go and check the answers to the last conversation. And here we have, I'm sorry. What is the main point of the discussions? The options we have in here is A, job prospects for students doing their course. B, grades for a recent assignment. C, the advantages and disadvantages of going to college. And letter D, the quality of teaching on their course. And the answer to this question is letter A, job prospects for students doing their course. Number 2, why is a woman concerned? Letter A, she feels she's not learning anything useful. B, she has been receiving poor grades. C, she's not enjoying her course. And letter D, she is finding the course very difficult. The answer for this one is letter A. She feels she's not learning anything useful. Number 3, what does the man appreciate most about studying at university? Letter A, studying a subject in depth. B, getting involved in discussions. C, meeting people with diverse interests. And D, teaching others about what he has learned. And the answer again is letter A, studying a subject in depth. Number 4, the man says that employers will appreciate the woman's A, transferable skills. B, ability to train others. C, enthusiasm. And D, knowledge of history. And the answer again is letter A, transferable skills. Number 5, what is implied about Professor Jets? Letter A, she has never worked outside the university. B, she is a good person to ask about careers. C, she is more approachable than the other professors. And D, she teaches on both a history and business course. The answer, again, for the last one is letter A. She has never worked outside the university. So all of the options in this one were letter A. How did it go? How many did you get in these last 5 questions? One, okay. I don't know if this happened to you, but sometimes, a veces cuando vemos que estamos poniendo todas con el mismo inciso, nos podemos sentir un poco confundidos. Entonces, confíen ustedes en lo que escuchan. Siempre traten de buscar algo que se relacione y agárrense de ahí. Si no entendieron una palabra, no se enfoquen en eso porque la conversación va a seguir. Entonces, si la conversación sigue, se les va a ir información importante. Entonces, traten de poner atención en todo lo que están escuchando. Si no entienden una palabra, no importa. Síganle, sigan escuchando y sigan tratando de entender. Sé que suena fácil decirlo, pero en realidad es un poco difícil. Pero sí funciona, o sea, funciona mucho tratar de poner atención en todo, aunque no entendamos a veces muchas palabras, pero te puedes retener lo que sí entendiste y eso que sí entendiste te va a ayudar a responder mejor las preguntas que te aparezcan. Bueno, con esto terminamos. Empezamos muy bien en el listening y como que fue bajando. Considero yo que fue el hecho de que no sé si se dieron cuenta que empezamos con conversaciones muy cortas de 1 minuto y terminamos con una de 3 minutos. Entonces, a veces cuando es mucho texto, bueno, no mucho texto, cuando es mucho audio, suelen, a lo mejor se les olvida. Entonces, sugerencia también, cuando vayan respondiendo, vayan poniendo o subrayando posibles respuestas. Y ya que terminen de oír el audio completo, ya pueden ir relacionando, a ver, ¿por qué escogí esta respuesta? Y ya pueden recordar un poquito de lo que se dijo en la conversación y así pueden ir haciéndole match. ¿Ok? Bueno, entonces ya terminamos, nos queda media hora para terminar lo que nos quedó pendiente del otro ejercicio. Entonces nos vamos a ir primero a sí, probablemente sí sean cortos, pero la verdad, con cortos me refiero de 1 a 3 minutos. O sea, no creo que sean audios muy, muy largos, pero tampoco van a ser muy, muy cortitos. O sea, sí va a haber cortitos, pero no todos van a ser así tan cortititos. Entonces, por eso tenemos que aprender a retener información. Ok, bueno, me voy a ir entonces, les decía, al ejercicio que había quedado pendiente de listening. Si pueden, por favor, sacarlo. Les voy a compartir pantalla para que recuerden a cuál es el que me refiero. ¿Qué sería este? Del 1 al 7. Dice, complete the form below using no more than 3 words and or number for each answer. Entonces, aquí lo que tenemos que hacer es poner la información que falta. Es como si fuera un formulario, por así decirlo. Entonces, tengo de que Department, Motor Insurance. Esta ya me está contestada, ya me la dio el audio, la respuesta. Ahora dice Client Details. Ok, name Elizabeth what? I need to complete her information. Address. What is her address? What is her policy number? Tengo que obtener esta información del audio. Entonces, son dos conversaciones otra vez aquí. En la segunda dice, label the diagram plan below. Write the letter from A to G next to the question. Entonces, aquí nada más son 3. Traffic lights, petrol station, blue van. Tengo que poner la letra en donde se encuentra, o sea, cuál de estos es. ¿Listos? ¿Ya están listos para esta parte? Recuerden, voy a poner información tanto del cliente como del accidente, ¿ok? Para que revisen, siempre, para siempre, revisen antes lo que les pide antes de empezar a escuchar, porque es muy fácil confundirte cuando no tienes, o sea, cuando no sabes bien qué es lo que tienes que buscar. Entonces, siempre, para siempre, por favor, primero leanlas. Y bueno, ya me voy aquí a buscar, a practicar con el audio. ¿Listos? Ya lo puedo poner, ya tienen el ejercicio abierto. Ok, recuerden que este audio sí está larguito, dura 7 minutos, pero van 2 conversaciones incluidas, o sea, es 2 en 1. Entonces, uno es para la primera parte y el otro es para la segunda. Y este sí corre en uno solo, entonces hay que poner atención, por favor.
Section 1. You will hear a woman calling an insurance company to report an accident. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 7.
Tiempo muerto, siempre lo va a ver. Este tiempo es para que revisen las preguntas. Sigue el tiempo.
You will see that there is an example which has been done for you. On this occasion only, the conversation relating to this will be played first.
Rawlings Insurance. Good morning, can I help you?
Oh, hello. I'm ringing to report an accident.
A car accident?
Yes.
Just hold the line a moment, please. I'm putting you through to our motor insurance department.
The insurance company representative is putting the client through to the motor insurance department, so motor insurance has been written in the space. Now we shall begin. You should answer the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 7.
Rawlings Insurance. Good morning, can I help you?
Oh, hello. I'm ringing to report an accident.
A car accident?
Yes.
Just hold the line a moment, please. I'm putting you through to our motor insurance department. Hello?
Hello?
I understand you want to report an accident.
Yes. My car's been damaged. Someone came out in front of me.
Could I just check a few personal details before we go any further?
Oh, yes, sorry.
Your name, first of all.
It's Elizabeth Rickard.
Is that Rikard?
It's spelt with a C, not a K.
Oh, okay. And your date of birth, please.
It's the 8th of October, 1975.
And lastly, I just need to check your address.
Oh, actually, I moved house last month, so the street name's different. It's 60 Forest Road. I think you've got 22 Ash Avenue on your records.
I have, so I'll just make a note of that. That's fine. And is that in the same town still, Callington?
That's right.
Right. Now, do you have your insurance policy in front of you?
Yes, I do.
Can you give me the policy number, please? It's at the top.
Oh, yes. 50924.
It's in a box. It should start with letters.
Oh, CZ8809.
That's the one. And now I want to ask you about the accident itself. Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine.
First of all, did it happen today?
No, it happened yesterday evening, but by the time I got home it was late, so I didn't call.
That's not a problem. So, let's see. Today's the 13th of September, so it happened on the 12th. Is that right?
It is.
Do you know approximately what time the accident occurred?
Oh dear, I wasn't wearing a watch and I was a bit shocked, but I'd say it was between 8:15 and 8:45.
That's okay. I'll just record that it happened at about 8:30. It doesn't matter exactly. And I don't suppose you've got any supporting evidence, have you? I mean, witness statements, that kind of thing.
I don't have witness statements, I'm afraid, but I've got a police report. They came and measured up and checked the marks on the road, but unfortunately nobody else was around at the time of the accident.
Any hospital report?
No.
So I take it you don't have any medical problems then? Any injuries?
Only minor ones. It was mainly the car that got damaged, luckily.
Absolutely. But we do recommend that you have a checkup anyway, within 24 hours if possible.
Yes, okay. I'll make an appointment today.
Fine. And now, can you tell me what happened exactly? I'm going to make a few notes.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 8 to 10.
Now let's go to the other part from 8 to 10.
Now listen and answer questions 8 to 10.
I was driving home from the swimming pool and
I don't know Callington at all, so could you describe it for me? Where did the accident happen?
on the road between Newtown and Callington. I was driving from Newtown, heading towards Callington, and
Okay, just let me draw the road layout. Right. Okay.
when you leave Newtown, there's a sharp bend in the road, and then there's a railway bridge.
Okay.
And then about half a kilometre further on, there's a crossroads with traffic lights. And I was just in between the two when it happened. I wasn't going very fast. In fact, I definitely
So
stayed.
you'd already gone over the bridge?
Yes. And I passed the park. That's on the right-hand side. And I was just approaching the petrol station.
Where's that then?
It's a bit further along on the opposite side.
So on your near side then?
Yes. As I was approaching it, I saw a blue van coming towards me. The driver had stopped in the middle of the road.
Was he indicating?
Yes, he was waiting to turn into the petrol station, but then at the last minute, he decided to turn right in front of me. He must have thought he had enough time, but I had to swerve to avoid him. And I came off the road and landed in a ditch on the opposite side.
I don't suppose he stopped, did he?
Oh, yes. He came over to see if I was okay, but he tried to say it was my fault, and there wasn't anyone.
Okay, so this was the last conversation.
That is the end of section 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Okay, and that's how the format of the conversations you will hear. En ese formato, en ese formato vamos a escuchar las conversaciones, o sea, nos van a dar de que, bueno, vas a contestar de aquí a aquí, entonces te van a dar mucho tiempo muerto. Ese tiempo muerto que te den en realidad no es para que no hagas nada, es para que revises, revises las preguntas y o sea, como que te prepares mentalmente, ¿no? Y luego ya va a empezar el audio. O sea, no es para que te distraigas porque es muy fácil distraerte en este tipo de ejercicios. Bueno, vamos a las respuestas de este ejercicio y después a ver cómo les fue. Okay, in this part, in the first one, let's go to the information. And the information says, what is the name? The name is Elizabeth Ricard. R-I-C-A-R-D. Ricard, como Ricardo, pero sin la O, Ricard. Address. The address is 60 Forest Road. 60 Forest Road. I'm going to show you the answers so you can check them. Here, 260 Forest Road. Policy number. The policy number is ZZ8809. CZ8809. Next, accident details. 12th of September, it was around 8:30. Supporting evidence, a police report, and medical problems, minor injuries. ¿Cómo les fue en esta parte del ejercicio? We had 7 questions or 7 options. I hear you. Ok. Sí, de verdad, aunque no duden y todo eso, vale muchas veces más contestar mal o contestar con las respuestas a medias, o sea, que no completes la respuesta, pero que vaya por ahí, porque si contestas mal, te perjudica, si no contestas, te perjudica más a que si contestas mal. Supongo que una pregunta, no sé, supongamos que la pregunta vale 2 puntos. Si la contestas mal, pues es de que no tienes ningún punto, pero si no la contestas, tienes menos puntos. ¿Sí me explico? O sea, tendrías -1, por ejemplo, en lugar de 0. Entonces siempre respondan, aunque se les pase, respondan a algo que ustedes consideren tenga relación con. Ok. Vamos a la última, que era en la imagen de cómo guiarnos. Y teníamos 8, 9, and 10. Traffic lights, it's letter G. Aquí está, letter G. Y luego comentó petrol station, it's letter C. Aquí estaba por su lado donde iba pasando. Es la letra B, el carrito de la persona. And blue van, letter D, que se estaba moviendo hacia ella. Letter D. Bueno, en realidad tenía 10 preguntas. ¿Cómo les fue con estas 10 preguntas? Está bien, está bien. Repito, siempre va a estar mejor que les vaya regular, o sea, que no les vaya excelente, pues obviamente es lo ideal, ¿no? Pero si les va a medias o regular, está bien porque, repito, siempre va a valer más que contesten a que no lo hagan. Ok, bueno, ese fue el final de este ejercicio. Nos quedó uno pendiente, uno más, y nos quedan 20 minutos. Veremos si nos alcanza el tiempo para contestarlo. Es el ejercicio de vocabulary. Como tarda mucho en abrir, se los voy a mostrar aquí aquí rapidito. Ya lo tengo abierto en el teléfono para que lo puedan buscar. Tiene este formato. ¿Se lo pueden abrir, please? Que lo abro aquí. Sería de vocabulary. Sí, se estaba hablando y estaba en mute y ni en cuenta. Ok, bueno, de hecho hasta los estaba regañando porque no me contestaban. Ese es el ejercicio con el que vamos a trabajar. ¿Pueden ver las opciones del ejercicio? O sea, en su documento. Tendrían que verlas así como las estoy viendo yo. Este es el último ejercicio de vocabulary que nos quedó pendiente en la última clase.
Es del 6 de agosto, ¿verdad?
Sí. ¿Pueden ver las respuestas?
Yo sí, teacher.
¿Tú sí? Muy bien. Las demás, los demás. Sí, perfecto. Entonces, en estos 15 minutos que quedan, por favor, respondan este ejercicio, ¿ok? Les voy a dar hasta las 7:55, les voy a dar 10 para usar los otros 5 para revisar las respuestas. En caso de que no terminen, pues ya nada más las revisamos todos juntos, ¿ok? Entonces, 10 minutos para que terminen este ejercicio y revisamos respuestas juntos. Ok, listas. ¿Listos? ¿Cómo están? ¿Listas, listos? ¿Pudieron avanzar en el ejercicio, terminar o al menos contestar algunas? Sí, ok. Bueno, vamos entonces a revisar. La verdad es que este ejercicio está un poquito avanzado. No pienso yo o sea, si no sacaron de que todas bien, no se preocupen, de verdad está un poquito avanzado el ejercicio. Sin embargo, se los puse para que pudieran identificar que va a haber tipos de ejercicios que tengan diferentes tiempos verbales y que probablemente sí vengan, pero como ustedes les están pidiendo nada más el nivel A2 y B1, entonces no es como que tienen que sacar todas bien, pero sí van a venir uno que otra, a lo mejor una que otra oración con este grado de dificultad, pero no es como que si se la saca el mal a lo mejor les afecte, porque ustedes necesitan hasta un B1. Bueno, vamos entonces a las respuestas. La primera, lo voy a leer con las respuestas, ¿ok? Así ustedes lo van revisando por cuestiones de tiempo para terminar, que nos alcance el tiempo. Ok, entonces dice, I didn't see anybody behind me, but I knew that I was being followed. I knew that I was being followed. It was my instinct. I could feel it. I saw that a bus had just stopped at the bus stop at the end of the street. I ran and got on it. I didn't ask the bus driver where it was going. It was going because it didn't matter. I just wanted to get away as fast as possible. I knew I was in danger. I had put myself in a dangerous situation the day when I had helped a woman in a bar. A man was physically abusing her when I hit him in the face. When he fell unconscious to the floor, I recognized the tattoos on his arm and neck. He was a member of one of the worst gangs in Los Angeles. The woman looked at me with panic in her eyes. Go away, please, before his friends arrive, she said. If they see you, they killed you. Apostrophe D, killed you. Do you think they remember my face? I asked her. I have no doubt, she answered. Now I was in a bus wondering why I had to punch that man in the face. If I hadn't done that stupid thing, nothing would have happened to me. I got off the bus after a few blocks and I started walking. I had to do something, but what? That dangerous man had seen my face, of course. I thought my face, if that man had seen my face, I just needed a different face, a face that he could not recognize. 3 days later, I had plastic surgery and got a new face. That was a few months ago, and I have met the man I attacked a few times since then, and he has no idea who I am. And the best part is that I didn't used to like my face, and now I love it. Entonces, díganme si tuvieron 5 bien en este ejercicio, está súper bien, porque como les digo, está un poquito avanzado. ¿Cómo les fue?
Sí, fue la 14.
La 14, have met. Have met. Oh, súper bien, Diana, muy bien. Bueno, igual yo sé que no me comparten todos sus resultados, pero ustedes revísense a ustedes, ¿no? Digan, ok, sé que tantas de tantas, que tanto necesito. La verdad, como decía en este ejercicio, si sacaron 5 bien, para mí es súper bien, porque el ejercicio está un poquito elevado de nivel. Probablemente, repito, venga una que otra oración así con este grado de dificultad, pero en realidad no es como que tengan que sacar todas bien en ese tipo de ejercicios, porque ya sería para un nivel mucho más alto de lo que les están pidiendo. Entonces, bueno, ya terminamos con esto el repaso, porque como les decía, la próxima clase no va a ser repaso, va a ser un simulacro del examen. Entonces, Otra cosa, el simulacro del examen que vamos a tener no es oficial, obviamente, porque el oficial únicamente es en la página, pero voy a juntar diferentes ejercicios para hacer un simulador del examen. Entonces ya con ese les voy a dar las 2 horas de la clase para que lo terminen y ustedes se van a dar cuenta qué tanto tiempo les va a llevar. Por lo general, la mayoría lo termina antes. No quiero que se estresen por eso, de que no, tengo que durar las 2 horas porque está mal. No, a veces, a veces se te puede hacer sencillo y confía en ti siempre. Consejo siempre, 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 para siempre, lean las preguntas antes de contestar, antes de irse a la lectura, antes de irse antes de empezar a escuchar el audio, antes de empezar a contestar un escrito o algo así, entren en contexto, vean de qué se trata para poder ya tener una noción y poder empezar a estructurar, ¿ok? Entonces los veo el próximo viernes, espero les sea muy útil y recordatorio de nuevo, si van a aplicar o si quisieran entrar al examen del 23 o 24 de agosto, tienen hasta el día lunes para reportarse con el registro, ¿ok? Bueno, have a nice weekend, guys. See you next Friday. Bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye.